Welcome into your news now sports, and before we get to girls night out, the #2 team in Division II, Lima Senior, played for a conference championship. The Spartans were looking for their third straight Toledo City Athletic League championship. They were against Start up at Bousher under a minute to go in the first quarter. Lima Senior up 14. Willie Foster the steal, and oh boy, just look at that dude. Another Sports Center worthy dunk. The replay will show just how far he brought that one back before throwing it down. Spartans are already up 16. Second quarter, Lima Senior's up 21. Amariati dancing on his defender. Out to Noah Simpson. You got to cover him. He led with 18 points. Willie Foster at 15. 84-50 is your final City League champs for a third straight season as Lima Senior. All right, here we go. The final regular season episode of Girls Night Out. We start with one of the biggest games of the night. Versailles at St. Henry. A MAC championship is on the line. Both teams come in at 7-1 in league play. Versailles is 14-5 overall. St. Henry 20-1. First quarter action is the senior Molly Wendell grabbing her own miss. The second chance opportunity is good. Redskins led 6-5 after one. To the second. Katie Litton coming up with a steal, and the Thomas More University commit gets the hoop, the arm. Tigers are on top now. Offense, though, would start picking up from here. Morgan Balmer puts 3 on the board for the Redskins. She had a team-high 13 points. Then it's Litton tacking on 3 more for the Tigers. A game-high 22 for the senior. Versailles is only down by 1 at the half. But in the second half, Wendell will lay it in with the left here. Redskins trailed by as many as 8 in the fourth quarter, and it'd come down to the wire, but St. Henry would come back to win it 40-37 and capture their third straight MAC title. MAC scoreboard now. Marion Local beat Minster 49-42. Kate Ashman and Claire Bruns each had 13 for the Flyers. Parkway's too much for New Knoxville 50-15. Coldwater beat New Bremen 33-26, and Fort Recovery goes to overtime with St. John's to beat the Blue Jays 45-42. Over to Lima Gymnasium, non-conference ball. Wayne Trace against the Spartans on senior night. And we start with the Lima Senior Khalil Luster driving. Lima starting out in control of this game thanks to her. Now it's Luster giving it up, this time to Jacelyn Ingram, who gives one dribble. Give her all 3 of those. 6-2 Spartans right out of the gate. Wayne Trace answers, though. Carolina Winans over to Kinley Miller. She splashes home with 3 of her own. Watch this sequence from Lima Senior, though. Michaela Bean with the block down low, leaves it off to Ingram. Ingram comes down the floor and eventually delivers this dime to Bean on the baseline for the easy layup. What a great pass, great basketball as well. A great game from Luster tonight. The senior led the Spartans with 19 points. But Wayne Trace would outscore Lima Senior 15-6 in the fourth. Amber Stoller here gets 2 of her 11 points off the steal. Raiders get the win over the Spartans. 45-39 is your final. Scoreboards: Ayersville over Fort Jennings 49-26. Russia beat Legacy Christian 52-34. PCL, Kalida beat Continental 60-34. Patrick Henry, the outright NWOAL winners after a 59-40 win against Archbold. Karis Crossland had 19 points and is now the Patriots' all-time leading scorer. Meanwhile, the Allen East Lady Mustangs at home tonight. They're hosting fellow NWCer, the Bluffton Pirates. We start in the second quarter. Mustangs down by double digits. Junior Evelyn Lehman spots up. She'll connect from straightaway 3. That cuts the first half deficit down a little bit. On the other end, the Pirates respond with a 3 of their own, courtesy of Blair Utendorf, who pockets that corner shot. Bluffton leads 21-14 at the half. Late third quarter now, Mustangs hanging around. Brooklyn Crumrine ducking inside for the lay-in there. But the Pirates would maintain their lead. Utendorf drops it off on the fast break. Bluffton is your winner, 44-28. Columbus Grove goes 7-0 in NWC play, a 43-29 win over Jefferson. Lincoln View falls to Crestview 50-38. Northern Lakes League, Findlay beat Perrysburg 45-35 behind 27 points from Dabney Harris. Welcome back to Girls Night Out. The OG Lady Titans look to cap off a perfect regular season slate. They travel to Salina. Early on, Bulldogs push the ball up the court. Here's Rachel Rammel putting Salina on the board with the easy bunny. Later in the game, it's the sophomore Allison Coleman coming up with the ball, the score. Ottawa Glandorf is in control. And then we have the Findlay commit Carson Erfurt cutting to the hoop. She finished with a, no surprise, game-high 25 points. Staying on this end, Riley Brinkman takes it down the floor. She passes it off to Olivia Grotehouse, give her the hoop and the foul. Now the Titans continue to move the ball around. Madison McKee adds on to her total. The junior had 17 points. Lady Titans take down Salina 70-38, an unbeaten regular season for the second year in a row. WBL scoreboard, Addie Rex had 17 points, 5 boards, and a Wild Kittens 39-30 win over Defiance. Elida beat Wapak 45-41. St. Mary's was too much for Kenton, 50-16, and Shawnee tops Van Wert 62-43. All right, over in the Northwest Central Conference, Upper Scioto Valley, winners of their last 5 games, squaring off against the Elgin Comets. First quarter, USV's Chloe Cunningham takes the dribble before burying this triple. That was 3 for 12 points. Home team's up 2. Ensuing moments, Rams continuing to light it up from beyond the arc. This time it's Reagan Castle connecting from the corner. 14 points for the junior on this night. Tie ball game as we move ahead to the second quarter with Layla Hunsaker getting the floater to go down. She had a game-high 27, but in the end, it would be the Comets coming from behind. Macy Muslin lays it in. The junior had 23 points. Elgin hangs on. Final score 60-57. Liberty Benton goes undefeated in BVC play, 55-11 over Pandora Gilboa. Macomb beats Riverdale in a good one, 47-45.